I would like to now introduce your speaker today, Chrys Lemon. Chrys Lemon is a partner at McIntyre & Lemon PLLC in Washington, D.C. He specializes in financial services law, particularly related to marketing of consumer financial products and services, privacy law, insurance law, and regulation of financial institutions by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. From 1980 to 1986, Mr. Lemon was an instructor pilot in the United States Air Force. From 1986 to 1988, he worked as an analyst in the Office of the Secretary of Defense. Chrys, welcome to the program. We are now ready to begin.
Everyone, we'll focus this afternoon on the revisions to Regulation B, which implements the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. These revisions came out last year, and they come out in the context of Hmda, the Home Mortgage Disclosure Act. So while the changes we'll be talking about are to Regulation B, they do affect Hmda reporting, and so that's why we're focusing on it within that context. We're going to do four things during this briefing this afternoon. First of all, just to ensure we're all on the same page, I'm going to have a brief review of the Hmda requirements with respect to why we are asked to report Hmda data, sort of a big picture of what the Hmda rule requires, talk a little bit about reportable data, and then the collection and reporting of applicant or borrower data. Then the meat of this will be the second bullet point, Regulation B amendments that affect Hmda reporting. And this has to do basically with how we collect data and report data concerning ethnicity, race, and sex. And there's some new requirements and some new ways to report this data and to inquire about the data. We'll spend a little bit of time on some guidance that came out from the CFPB just before the end of the year concerning error correction and reporting. This is under the new leader, or the temporary leader of the CFPB, Nick Mulvaney, who's also the OMB director, and we'll talk a little bit about what the CFPB is doing to try to give a little bit of relief concerning some of the Hmda reporting requirements. And finally, a couple minutes to talk about the CFPB. They have proposed how they will require this information that you've collected for Hmda reporting purposes, how it's disclosed to the public to ensure the privacy of the individual whose information is being reported, but also to achieve the purposes of the Hmda program. At the end of this, we'll take questions, so please be thinking about those as we go through. We'll probably have about 10 to 15 minutes at the end. Background on Hmda. The purpose of Hmda reporting is basically to try to help financial institutions that are located in MSAs, or what are called metropolitan areas or metropolitan statistical areas, to ensure that they're serving community housing needs.